200 years before Zion falls under siege, a machine stands over a dying city and states its terms.
Your flesh is a relic. I'm your vessel. Hand over your flesh, and a new world awaits you. We demand it.
That's the Second Renaissance. That's the machine world introducing itself to humanity for the first time as a demand, not a request. 2 centuries later, a program with no name spoken on screen sits in a chamber built entirely of light, and the last free human on Earth kneels in front of it, asking for the opposite. One power in the trilogy answers to no one. The architect designed the Matrix, but he doesn't run the war. The Oracle bends the system from inside, but she can't end it. Only one entity sits above both of them, and it's the entity this channel has never given a video. The Deus Ex Machina, the machine god that ends the war Neo was built to fight, reached through surrender. This is the machine hierarchy nobody explains. Who actually rules 01, where the architect sits underneath it, and why the war that killed millions ends in a negotiation instead of a battle. Who is the machine Neo kneels to? The credits call it the Deus Ex Machina, Latin for God from the machine, the ancient theater trick where an impossible problem gets solved by a god lowered onto the stage on a crane. The trilogy borrows the term and makes it literal. No character in Revolutions ever says the name out loud. It exists only as a stage direction, a label for the thing behind the throne. That silence is deliberate. Everything else in the Matrix gets explained at length. The architect delivers essays. The Oracle trades riddles over cookies. This one doesn't introduce itself. It doesn't need to. Its physical form matches its rank, where every machine Zion has fought is built for a single job. A hunter-killer sentinel or a squid-shaped harvester, this entity fills an entire chamber, a shifting mass of machinery with no fixed shape and no single face. It doesn't move to meet Neo. Neo moves to meet it. Its seat is 01, the machine nation built in the ashes of the Second Renaissance, on the ruins of the old world's holiest ground, the cradle of civilization. 01 rose there as a refuge for a species banished from every human city on Earth, and it grew into the single power the United Nations tried and failed to contain. Zion has fought the war that followed for over a century and never reached that capital.
Make it. In 100 years, no ship has been within 100 kilometers of it. You'll never make it.
Roland says this to Neo's face, and he's not wrong on the numbers. 100 years, 0 attempts that got close. 01 isn't a battlefield, it's a capital. Even inside Zion, the dependency runs both directions. Counselor Haman says as much standing beside the generators that keep the last human city breathing.
These machines are keeping us alive while other machines are coming to kill us. Interesting, isn't it? Power to give life, and the power to end it.
Every sentinel swarming Zion's dock, every agent running the Matrix, every exiled program hiding out in a construct, every machine draining a human body for power answers, eventually, to whatever sits inside that light in 01. The architect built the simulation. The Oracle studies the humans inside it. Neither of them commands the war itself. This does. The trilogy is full of programs that reach for godlike language over much smaller territory. The Train Man controls a single subway platform between worlds and still boasts about it to Neo's face.
Down here, I make the rules. Down here, I make the threats. Down here, I'm God.
That's a glorified conductor claiming a throne over one station. Compare the boast to the entity that actually ends the war. It never uses the word. It doesn't have to. Why did Neo fly to the machine city with no weapons? Neo announces the destination in 4 words.
To the machine city.
He brings no plan, no gun crew, no EMP charge, no backup. Roland, captain of a hovercraft, calls it what it looks like.
None. It's completely impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He wouldn't even take any ammunition.
That detail carries the whole argument. Every ship in Zion's fleet carries something to fight with. Neo's doesn't, by choice. Every previous one who reached this point in the cycle walked through a door inside the Matrix and negotiated with a program in a white room built of screens, never leaving the simulation at all. Neo skips that room entirely and flies his actual body straight at the source, the first one in 6 cycles to make the trip in person. Somewhere over the fields, with sentinels closing on the Logos, he tries to fight anyway and fails in real time.
I can't beat them.
He says it plainly, no bravado. The machine city's defenses are unbeatable by force, and Neo knows it before he lands. So he stops trying. He and Trinity fly up, over the cloud line, out of the fight completely. And what's waiting above the war is the last thing anyone expects.
It's unbelievable, Trin. Light everywhere. Like the whole thing was built of light.
01 looks like a cathedral from above, not a fortress. Neo crash lands in the one place on Earth built for negotiation, having already surrendered the only tool that could have gotten him there by force. What does a machine mean when it says it needs nothing? Brought before the entity itself, Neo opens with a request most humans in this war never get to make.
I only ask to say what I've come to say. After that, do what you want, and I won't try and stop you.
One word answers a human asking permission to talk. The architect, by contrast, delivers paragraphs. He explains, justifies, monologues about anomalies and probability, sitting in a room of screens that needs an audience to make its point. This machine doesn't perform. Neo opens with the only weapon he has left, a warning about Smith, and the response strips him of everything. Every negotiation runs on leverage from both sides. This one doesn't. Neo has crossed 100 years of failed ships to reach a machine that has just told him flatly that his presence changes nothing. There's no threat to make and no war of attrition to win. So Neo removes his own value from the equation entirely.
If that's true, then I've made a mistake. You should kill me now.
He isn't bluffing for effect. He's testing the claim, gambling his life on whether the machine is telling the truth. If it truly needs nothing from him, killing him costs it nothing either, and it doesn't happen. The silence that follows is the tell. The Deus Ex Machina needed something. Force was never it. Why is Smith the only currency Neo has? Program economics run on purpose, not sentiment. Ramachandra, a program Neo meets on the road to 01, states the rule that governs every entity in the machine world, including the one Neo is about to face.
Every program that is created must have a purpose. If it does not, it is deleted.
Ramachandra isn't making conversation. He's explaining why he traded a favor to the Merovingian just to save his own daughter from deletion. The same transactional logic running underneath everything in 01. Smith broke that rule from the other direction. Built as a containment program, an agent whose entire job was patrolling the Matrix and enforcing its limits. He outgrew that job until he threatened to erase the Matrix and the machine world in the same stroke. That makes him worthless to the machines and priceless to Neo in the same instant, a problem they cannot solve that Neo claims he can.
The program Smith has grown beyond your control. Soon he will spread through the city as he spread through the Matrix. You cannot stop him. But I can.
That's the trade laid on the table. Not a threat, not a plea, a service. Neo isn't asking for mercy. He's offering to delete the one thing in either world the Deus Ex Machina cannot delete on its own. The machine's answer comes as a question, and Neo answers in one word.
What do you want?
Peace.
Compare that to the second Renaissance ultimatum that opened this video. 2 centuries earlier, the machines demanded human flesh and called it a new world. Now, a human stands in their capital asking for peace, backed by nothing but a debt only he can collect. The exchange that ends a 100-year war runs one word against one word. Where does the architect sit in this hierarchy? The architect ran his own version of this negotiation, and he played it completely differently. He opens by reminding Neo how routine the outcome already is.
Denial is the most predictable of all human responses. But rest assured, this will be the 6th time we have destroyed it, and we have become exceedingly efficient at it.
5 cycles, 5 extinctions of Zion, treated as maintenance, then the price of refusal.
There are levels of survival we are prepared to accept.
The architect tells Neo, flatly, that the machines will let every human connected to the Matrix die rather than change the terms. Extinction was an acceptable cost to him. He does the math surrounded by a wall of monitors and doesn't flinch. The Deus Ex Machina, facing the same math 2 films later, in a chamber with no screens and no audience to perform for, takes the deal instead. Same species across the table, opposite answer. The gap between them is rank, not philosophy. The architect designs and defends a single system, the Matrix. He answers to something larger, and the Oracle names exactly where that chain leads.
The power of the One extends beyond this world. It reaches from here all the way back to where it came from.
Where?
The source.
The source isn't the architect's office, it's 0-1. Every version of the Matrix the architect has built, all 6 of them, answers upward, back to the machine city and whatever governs it. The architect manages the software. The Deus Ex Machina owns the hardware, the war, and the final word on whether 6 cycles of extinction math get overridden by a single negotiation. They do. In one sentence, the architect never gets to argue against. What did humanity actually get? The Deus Ex Machina accepts the offer on one condition.
And if you fail,
I won't.
Neo returns to the Matrix to keep that promise. A fight in the rain follows, and a program that finally understands it has already lost, and a machine city that feels the outcome through Neo's body before Zion does.
it is done.
3 words end a war that started before Zion existed. Not a treaty, not a surrender document. A machine confirming a debt has been paid. Sentinels, seconds from breaching Zion's temple, stop midair and circle. No human negotiator secured that outcome. No council voted to ratify it. One entity decided the war was over, and it was over. Measure that against the version of survival the architect was prepared to offer. His plan for every previous cycle never included Zion staying intact. It included a reset.
After which you will be required to select from the Matrix 23 individuals, 16 female, 7 male, to rebuild Zion.
23 people, handpicked, rebuilding a city from nothing, while everyone else connected to the Matrix died in the crash. That's what the architect calls acceptable. That's the ceiling 5 previous ones agreed to. The deal struck in 0-1 replaces all of it. No reset population, no cataclysmic crash. The entire city stays standing, and the number of survivors isn't 23. It's everyone left alive in Zion when the Sentinels stop. The terms reach further than Zion alone. The architect asks about the exiled programs still hiding in the Matrix, fugitives like Seraph once was, the ones the system marked for deletion long ago.
What about the others?
What others?
The ones that want out.
Obviously, they will be freed.
That's a machine granting amnesty to fugitive code on Neo's word, decided in a single exchange, with no court and no witnesses required. Months later, on a bench beside a lake that exists only in code, the 2 most powerful programs in the Matrix sit together to watch a sunrise neither of them needs to see. A sunrise, a small exile program named Sati, built by hand as a gift for a man who will never see it.
Just how long do you think this peace is going to last?
As long as it can.
That's the entire treaty. No terms, no guarantee, no expiration written down anywhere. The architect asks the question because even he doesn't get a number attached to the answer. Zion's freedom was never won on a battlefield. It was granted by a machine on a machine's terms for exactly as long as that machine decides to honor it. And every person walking free in Zion right now is living inside that one sentence.